Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Washington. We're glad to have you here. Shelley, appreciate all you're doing and in pulling everybody together and making pretty clear that there's a natural alliance between the Hindu community in America and the Republican Party. After all, so many Hindus are active in business and the professions. And if you were looking at a good definition of the difference between the two parties in America these days, I can tell you quite simply, the Democratic Party is the party of government, the Republican Party is the party of the private sector. So if you're among the many Americans who think we have quite enough government, in fact, way more than we can afford to pay for, and that a growing private sector would be the best way to grow America, then you have a natural kinship with the Republican Party. And we've watched with great interest as India seems to be kind of putting aside its old socialist roots. Nehru was a great American, but I think a great person, but his tendency to lean toward the Soviet Union and pick up some of their bad habits lingered with India for a long time. In fact, the last time I was in India, I was at a dinner one night, and I was sitting at a table with an Indian economist. And here's what she said to me. She said, "You know, Senator, in our country," she said, "if you could just fail, we'd have a dramatic increase in our gross domestic product." I said, "Would you say that again?" And she said, "The problem is in our country, you can't go out of business." So she said, if you can't have failure, then you can't have real opportunity. And so I think the new Prime Minister is trying to move in a different direction and realizes the wisdom of a vibrant private sector. Unfortunately, we've got a president who's I'm not quite sure is convinced of that in this country. So we'll have a chance to go in a different direction next year. I'm pleased to see my colleague, Senator Kelly Ayotte here, one of our sharpest, brightest members. We're committed to growing the Republican Party, to grow in America. We've had enough of these 2% annual growth rates. It's time to get America up again and running again for a bright future for all of us. And again, Shelley, thank you so much for what you're doing to bring all of you into the Republican Party. Believe me, it's your natural home, and we welcome you. Thank you so much.